Tussen je expenses flow.
Turn it off.
Yeah, what
Turn it off.
Text? It's interesting that you would
Hello, freaks, geeks, and other peoples. Brian's over there fucking with the TV, but he'll be
What?
in the short. He'll be here shortly.
No.
There's your fearless leader.
I wouldn't say fearless.
I was gonna say leader.
It's pretty far so far. Yeah.
Debatable.
Could be better.
Could be better. It will be better.
Wayne.
Progress
not
is
soon
slow.
enough. When are you gonna make this podcast great again?
It's never great to begin with. It was
I'll
good.
admit it.
Maybe to go to the wall.
We're gonna talk about Star Wars and New Year's.
Yeah.
Not in that order.
No, we're talking about Star Wars first. We've held off talking about it for like 2 weeks.
It's been a month.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 months.
That means it came out in October.
Sure did.
It didn't. It came out in December.
I did in Tomorrowland.
For all of us waiting for it, it came out long ago. We just never able to watch it.
Long ago.
In a few galaxies. Not too far from here. Just don't turn left without
Around the corner, up the block, down the street.
Left from Sirius.
Uphill both ways, yes, barefooted.
You got anything, Stormtrooper?
Are we recording?
Yes, we're recording. Alright, so The Last Jedi has come and gone. What?
Do your intro.
Oh, that was not the intro in
Nah, I
itself?
fucked it up. I don't know what your intro is.
What up, freaks and geeks? Your boy Brian here, along with...
I didn't say my name was Brian. That's what I missed.
Along with...
Is the camera supposed to be on?
It's on, it's recording.
It's facing us so we can see that we
We
can
need
see
to
each other.
stop and start over.
No, we don't. This is great. This is gold.
Nick the Great.
What?
I'm interested. Nick
This
the
is Brian.
Great.
Nick the Great. What?
Jackie the Lesbian and Morgan.
Is that really her definer?
I'm
That's-
Jackie the lesbian, yes.
I need to watch
Morgan the
this show.
Puerto Rican.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I know though. Wait, that's my defining feature.
Morgan the diabetic.
There's
Okay,
much
Morgan
more
the
prominent in my life.
diabetic,
I
I
can
guess.
guarantee we can go into... Do they know where we're located?
They know Louisiana.
I bet we can go into Louisiana and find, like, just throw a stone into Bourbon Street and find another Morgan diabetic.
Wouldn't that...
But he's the diabetic.
Diabeto.
So you're the one that started it all.
You know, might be. I didn't know anybody with diabetes till I got it. So
It's like a car. When you buy that shitty car, you see it everywhere. It's like, oh, I'm diabetic. Oh, me too, me too, me too.
That's like my car right now, because I just keep seeing another one exactly like mine around
You need to
Sunday.
follow it home, knock the guy out, and take the car for parts. Because your car's dying.
Yeah, it really is. Dying a slow, painful death. But that's not why we're here. We're here for Star Wars and other things. And you're here apparently for drinking.
a
A lot.
If you were really a chug it though.
No!
I don't like brain freezes.
We don't need
I
that.
debated this earlier. What flavor is it?
Oh.
Can Vader drink it? Oh.
You get past
You
your
are
respirator there? Get past your respirator?
And that's Brian getting a life.
What turns it out?
Nah, like, you know.
I want to say apple.
I wish. That was neat.
Alright. So, thoughts on The Last Jedi. Jackie, go.
I liked it. I mean, I thought there was... I really hate Kylo Ren, so anytime he is involved, I just hate him.
You hate his character or the person that plays him? It's very
No,
important.
Adam Driver's amazing.
These helmets are too stifling, Jackie. We gotta.
No, I like
That
Adam
better be
Driver.
passed through spit?
What?
What?
Did you say diabetic can diabetes be passed through spit?
Well, I don't fucking know.
I don't
I never looked into the thing itself.
think it's scientific.
Bruh.
It doesn't make sense scientifically, but I've heard of dumber shit happening.
You know what's funny? I just realized, and we'll get back to Star Wars. Last year for New Year's, we talked about how I thought drinking alcohol would get to your DNA, and this year you just said, "Yeah, I get diabetes through saliva." So now we've had
That's
back-to-back.
more plausible.
I know you
than-
can't see it, but I have my hate face on.
But still, we've had like back-to-back years of like something like scientific. Like I don't think
Mine is a little bit more plausible. Than
probably. I mean, you know.
I mean, not really. Probably though. Like
It's one of those like.
neither one of them is very plausible.
Do we know where's BuzzFeed? Where's the facts?
Diabetes is hereditary.
You
They
can
usually
develop it.
You can develop it, but you have to already be predisposed to it.
Oh,
Mine does not.
before I forget, we're also joined by Ray, who's a stand-in for Cade, a much better and prettier stand-in,
Much higher.
Excuse me.
much hotter.
Also, please don't sue us, Lucas.
Disney, yeah, y'all taking over everything.
He will follow you to hell. He will serve you as his one true master.
Hey.
You just saw the movie. What did you?
I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. I have my qualms, like every fan. But since the Disney takeover, I really don't know what's canon anymore. Because if you follow the books, Luke's sort of a god. Like when he showed up, I was really like, I thought Disney or whoever directed it, whoever had control of the production, would have the balls to add Luke's Shatterpoint force power, and he just was like point at walkers, and then they would just like all crumble. But he was there in ghost form, which is cool too. But I was really hoping that they would keep the Shatterpoint and make it canon, or like full canon, instead of like us guessing whether it still is or isn't.
So how do you feel about Luke dying?
I expected it. Whenever Yoda showed up with Ghost Force lightning powers, I figured Luke was gonna follow.
So did you notice at the end that Rey had all the Jedi texts in?
Yes, I did. When she, actually, whenever
They put Rose.
whenever Finn
Yeah.
Trader was getting a blanket from the little thing, she stushed him. Little thieving bitch.
Yeah, that's why Yoda set the tree on fire.
He already knew they were gone.
He already knew they were gone.
And it was more to like more like a way to like appease Luke, like,
Pretty much, like to put him at peace, to
Yeah.
to convince him to go help.
hey, look, the shit's gone, now go help.
Morgan.
The moment's gone. You heard it.
Let's
Not
talk
a
about The Last Jedi.
Oh jeez. Okay. Took it off like saying on me.
Alright. It was fucking amazing. Now, that being said, a lot of people are giving it a lot of shit. But I don't think anybody really likes that Disney took over, and the fact that if they try something new and innovative, they get shut down. That's not Star Wars.
Right.
If they go back to a lot of nostalgia,
Yeah,
or you
you
just
go-
playing off
To
nostalgia,
go
that's
back
it.
to the original trilogy, if they try
Like
to
they
follow
should.
that same pattern, then it's just the same old Star Wars.
That's why everyone was complaining about The Force Awakens, because The Force Awakens is basically a New Hope redone. And I
Well,
said,
people, you have to also realize that The Force Awakens was the start for this trilogy.
yeah.
There's like 2 more trilogies confirmed.
And you still have all these side movies like Solo.
Exactly.
And,
They still have a bunch of solo films to do as well. The Force Awakens was the beginning of a trilogy. This was the middle of a trilogy. So the final episode in this trilogy is gonna give a lot of closure to a bunch of questions that everybody has, probably about Rey's parentage, because we all know what Kylo said was bullcrap.
I don't know. I said before, I'll say it again. I honestly think they gave us the answer in the movie that she is literally known. Like, her parents are known ones.
I think it's another Anakin situation where she's probably followed by the Force.
Yeah, I think. Cause,
Well, I'm gonna. Can I interject?
Yeah.
Yeah,
go.
Wait.
It's a
So
discussion, bro.
what was the name? Plagueis, was it?
Yeah,
Plagueis?
Darth Plagueis.
yeah,
No,
Darth
in this
Plagueis the
movie was
Wise.
Snoke.
No,
Huh?
no. For Anakin, are we still going off of the belief that, or is that still canon? I don't
That's
know.
canon.
That's still
Him
canon.
being
That's
followed
still
by-
canon.
Because it's in the original already made films and not the expanded universe, and it's canon.
Okay, so we're going with Plagueis impregnated someone with the Force. This is Force powers. This out. Use the Force.
Spirit.
Fondle fingers of the Force. Now canon.
Oh fuck yeah! This is awesome.
Force rape.
Whoa,
Not
whoa,
canon.
whoa.
Let's.
It was
That's
Force
totally
consensual.
canon. These are not the droids I am looking for.
Force roofies? This is an awful
What
description.
did? Well, that's actually a good point. If you like mind fuck somebody, okay, that's a word. If you mind manipulated or persuaded someone to sleep with you,
That's rape.
is that rape in that universe?
That's rape.
That's
No, that's rape by our human boring Earth definition.
I'm pretty sure it's still
That's-
rape by galactic
law.
because the Jedi aren't supposed to use their powers for shit like that. That's part of the laws.
That's some Sith shit. That's
Yeah,
that's some deep Sith shit.
Okay, well, anyway, Darth Plagueis
That's
the
some
Wise
Palpatine shit.
was able to use the Force to create life, and we're led to believe that that was what gave Anakin birth. Or that's how Anakin was born. So we believe that we're not believing that the next greatest Jedi at the time of roughly the same time as Rey was born would have been Snoke, whatever.
Snoke.
Fucked up face.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be another situation with like Anakin, where maybe Snoke created Rey in a sense to
This video is brought to you by daiquiris.
yeah yeah
Like
created
New Orleans
her
daiquiri.
to
Well-
basically train Kylo the way that
Well, I mean, it's canon that while Leia was pregnant with Kylo, Snoke was talking to him. Like,
yeah.
in his dreams as he's fucking developing as a fetus. So, I mean,
It's
maybe
not
he's
beyond his
powerful. Yeah.
abilities.
And he was still, like, on the edge of the galaxy right then and there, still building the First Order when all this was happening.
And like on top of that, he was so like the scene with Hux, where
General
Smoke,
Hux?
yeah, General
General Hux.
Smoke wants to. General Hux, Smoke would like to see you. Like, yes, I'll take it in my course, and he just appears in the bridge
Mhm.
and just.
Well, you gotta think of it.
Well, at that point,
Darth Vader also force
Force
choked
choked
people
someone.
over, so I'm thinking, like, really
at that
we
point,
have to be
it's
as
more-
powerful or
Okay,
more
true,
powerful.
but he also merged Rey and Kylo Ren's minds together.
To cause
At
them
that point, it's not really merger, more of a long
chain.
distance
He
force
gave them a
call.
connection, yeah.
Yeah.
He gave him basically.
He gave them Skype. He gave them each other Skype numbers. Like,
Or
let's
Skype.
just. And, like, they couldn't control it. So I think maybe he was controlling when they could see each other. AKA when Kylo has his shirt off too much.
It
But
was when,
I don't want to do
It's
this.
all
it was
torso.
basically when he felt like Kylo was having another breakdown.
At this point, though, I feel like they couldn't see her surroundings because of the nuns, the little Indian
yeah.
nuns. I
The
feel-
caretakers.
Well,
Alien nuns.
there was
We're
another.
calling them alien nuns.
That's what they
Rey
call it in the
is Rey is more powerful than Kylo Ren.
You see how
Because-
fast she takes on.
She
He's
takes on- she
just
has
more
had-
trained.
She has no training at this point, none, and she's on equal footing with him. So Rey is way
I'm
more
really
powerful.
hoping-
Wait, I
than
just
Kylo.
realized, is this a literal Goku and Vegeta situation? Like, if you think about
To
like,
an extent, in the sense that yeah, Kylo would be Goku in this situation. He's had training,
masters
he's
and
had
training.
masters all over the place, and Rey was alone. And then all of a sudden, one person took her under
Prince
for
of
like
all
2 days,
jump
yeah.
players.
And now
Princess.
Rey is proclaiming herself the Last Jedi.
Well, she didn't.
Well, she
predict-
didn't do it, yeah,
Yeah,
but-
she got the title handed.
She got the
Or-
title handed over to her, but still.
Now she got.
Prince
I'm
of
really-
all Saints, Princess of all Jedi.
Princess of a dead fucking order.
So
Yeah, no, it's.
I'm really hoping that, because again, unsure of the canon, of what's canon anymore.
Well, that's probably also the point, is that they want a little bit of mystery behind it.
So at this point, with them declaring everything not canon if it didn't happen on a big screen budget that earned Disney money,
Lots of money.
if we're going back to old school canon, pre Disney canon, Luke wasn't the last Jedi. Neither was Obi-Wan and Yoda. There were other survivors from Order 66 who went on to train other Force-sensitive beings. So,
Well,
And they
with,
did
with
touch
Star,
on that a
well,
little
with
bit with.
Star Wars Rebels, they basically have an order to hunt them all down. So we have to assume that at this point, until they show anything, we can't assume that. There
but
are
at this point,
Jedi.
they're also showing that when this is going on, with like I haven't seen much of Rebels. I've seen a couple little bits in here. I threw that on the floor. They also show at that point, like, say I'm Master, you're my little Padawan. I escape Order 66. I find you. You're Force sensitive. I'm gonna teach you some shit. Okay. Oh no! First Order or people trying to hunt us down and shit. You run away. I will stand and fight. So they do show the Masters dying, but they're also showing the Padawans bailing out like little bitches.
Well, like I don't know
from what
if
I've
she's still
seen, I don't
canon.
think it's
Like
the
Asajj
Padawans-
Ventress, her master was killed, and eventually she just turned dark because of the pain. So
Yeah,
maybe
she's
they're
from-
maybe they like what they have Inquisitors, or like sometimes they'll just have Force sensitive soldiers that are basically the elites. Maybe.
Kind of like
On top of that, they did touch because in the movies they burned down the temple that he was being trained in.
Mm-hmm.
He took God. He said he took some of the
Students
the
with
the
him.
students with him. We never saw what happened to those rest of the students. Like we don't know if they're actually dead. Did they some escape? We know Kylo took some to be trained.
I feel like
they're
it
the
was
Knights
that.
of Ren.
Yeah, and that's
But
still
that's just in. None of them are trained. From what we see of stills, none of them are trained in lightsaber fighting. We see Mo with a bow staff, definitely, and then, if anything, we only see Kylo's is lightsabers ignited, but we don't see them.
Their weapons.
Yeah, so we really don't know what the Knights of
You have
Ren
to
are, other
understand
than
also the guy with the bow staff. That just could be his walking staff.
yeah.
Darth Maul used a double-sided blade. His could also be double-sided, or his could literally be like a halberd lightsaber. You know,
They are
you
going
know.
a little places with the lightsaber designs.
the red guard people.
The Praetorians.
Yeah, I love their weapons.
That scene was awesome.
That scene is second only to. I'm
The
sorry.
Star Destroyer scene?
That I never knew I needed a visual so bad of someone going light speed through a star. Not a star.
It was a Star
Yeah,
Destroyer.
it was technically a Super Star Destroyer, whatever you want to call it. It's a bigger
Like,
class, but still.
What made it beautiful to me was the fact that it was silent.
It was completely.
It was
nobody in the theater was breathing during that entire scene,
Right.
and I thought that was awesome.
Like that, I really, really love that scene. I don't know what fell. Just
I feel like, and I did go on like an odd day. There was a lot of people there, but I feel like a lot of the cool, funny lines were just like wasted on these people. The people that were at least in the theater with me, like.
Well, you have to understand, like now, like the people going to see it this far out of the release, it's either nerds like us who missed it and we're too busy to go see it before, or it's people who are just trying to get in with the trend. Oh, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
or they just wanted to go see a movie, and this was
Yeah.
I know that a couple parts were ruined because him and his friend were blabbing about it in the living room when they first saw it, and even though I have bad hearing in one ear,
You are awful when it comes to movies.
yeah, he ruined it. I went in the movie knowing that Luke.
Is gonna.
I don't know. Did we put a spoiler warning?
Look, at this point, it's literally New Year's Eve. Y'all had 2 weeks to see this movie.
Don't blame them.
And just alright.
People are the
Right here, right now.
That's saying some shit.
Spoilers.
Lots of
Spoilers.
them. If you
Shit tons. We will
Lots.
literally describe every
Oh,
detail.
Right here, right now, 1. Luke dies. There you go.
I went in the movie knowing that.
2, Space Mom, General
General Leia uses the Force to a large extent and I cried. I'm not even gonna lie. Every time Leia Organa was on the fucking screen, I cried. But when she did that, I was just like, they did this! Disney, you beautiful bitch! Oh my god, I had a.
I can
I'm
confirm
not
that.
gonna lie.
I was sitting right next to him, so I can confirm that.
I had a boner the entire time. I'm just like, this is fucking amazing.
I did flip my shit a little when that happened. Like, I
And
was
some
like,
people,
yes!
people are actually pissed off about that.
When Kylo and Rey joined to fight the Praetorian
Look, that
guards,
was
me and Jackie almost shit each other's pants. Like we were so
That was
happy.
pretty close, dude.
Like me and her were just like we were like grabbing each other like this is happening. And then another one, he still decides to be a bitch, Kylo.
Alright, so
Oh, yeah.
I
Spoilers
think
to
my
there.
favorite thing about that whole, whenever we went to see the movie, was every time I said something under my breath,
It
Ray
happened.
fucking repeated it on screen.
So when Kylo
when
was just like,
when Kylo pops up without a shirt, I was just like, could you please put a shirt on? And then immediately, Ray, could you cover up? Please, just cover up.
or like at the end when Kylo's just like, come on, join me,
I was
join
like,
me.
Don't do this.
And then Ray was just like, please don't do this. I'm like, motherfucker, Daddy, you wrote this.
You wrote all of her lines. Just
Hit me. It's cool.
And there's a lot of good, funny humor. Like, that's what Disney does. Like, with Marvel and all this stuff, it has little tidbits of humor in it. And a lot of people are pissed off about that, which,
I think,
I love Star Wars.
well,
I love
a
the
lot of
originals.
people were
But
mad.
I do like that they added comedy to it because
A lot of people
it
were
adds
mad
a little...
that it was Luke. Luke was the one being comedic. And
That's
that's, why
another thing.
everybody was mad.
Everybody's
about
just
it.
like, this is the Luke I... This
I
man
feel
is
like-
nigh 70 or 60 years old. He's seen some shit. He's seen him destroy the Empire, continue to fight it, finally banish it to wherever it goes, and then it come back and destroy not only the kids he was supposed to protect, but his own nephew. No, I would be a fucking grumpy old asshole too.
oh, that scene.
He's
like,
seen
he
some
finally
shit.
Gets the lightsaber and just goes.
Yeet! And everybody laughed and giggled, and everybody was like, "Oh, there's too much comedy." There
What are you
has to be
talking
some
about?
comedy for
Let's
all this
remember-
darkness in this
let's
talking
movie.
about-
Let's remember Yoda when he found Luke. What's the first thing he did? He was fucking with the shit out of R2D2. Like, this
Yeah, man.
Give me the food. I'm like this
What?
old
In the
bitch.
prequel trilogy, it was C-3PO.
Yeah,
C-3PO every time. he
C-3PO was just pure annoying.
Yeah, but it was
in
still
the original
comedic.
3. But in the prequels, he was kind of the laughing joke. I mean, there was a bigger laughing joke, but no one was laughing at it, aka Jar Jar Binks.
Ugh.
Oh, you mean Darth Jar Jar?
Stop.